get our redemptive spirit from. This is the path in which Jesus had to take so that we receive the greatest gift of all. So the question is, who is your king? What is your king? Who do you bow down before? Who do you stand with? Jesus went through a lot for us. Not even imaginable. Not even conceivable. I've had some shoulder pain. And it feels like a toothache. And whenever it hits me, I imagine, wow. And that's so bad. And that's all there is? That's all there is? And Jesus suffered so much more? Sue just had to get 2 injections in her shoulder and 2 in her lower back so that she could sleep through the night. And yet, he was crushed for our inequities. He was bruised for our sinfulness. And he carried all of that on his back, in his body, in his spirit, so that we didn't have to suffer that. And people look around and they say, well, wait a minute, they're still suffering, there's still pain. Where the hell is hell? I see it every day. I turn on TV, I turn on the radio, I hear about it. And yet we're coming to the season of celebrating the arrival of Jesus. We lit the candles today with the kids because I wanted them to know that we celebrate the birth of Christ in December on the 25th because of the winter solstice. We want to celebrate the incoming of the light of Christ on the darkest day of the year. That's why we celebrate Christmas on the 25th. That's what it's about. That's when we shift gears about what and who we are and whose we are. I remember Father Joe Fix telling me, I may have told you this because it's something that lives with me every day of my life, and I remember that. Thinking that why would God want me? What have I to offer to this community? What are my skills? What are my talents? What can I be as a father, as a husband, as a neighbor, as a pastor? Why me? And Joe said, you know, you're not yours to give away. You were bought and paid for it by the blood of Christ. You have been redeemed. You notice I used, if you're an English teacher, a past tense, and I used it correctly. You have been redeemed. Redemption isn't something that's coming. Redemption is something that is here now. You belong to Christ. And only He gets to say so of where you spend your eternity. And that's a fact. Jack, that's a fact. We think we screw it up, but I need to tell you that we're not powerful enough, we're not strong enough, we don't have the what for to do the things that screw our life up with Christ. Does that mean we don't screw up? No. I'd like to see the hand of anybody who didn't screw up this week. One way or t'other. Because we do it. That's who we are. If we were perfect, we wouldn't need the gift of Christ at Christmas time, would we? He wouldn't have had to suffer for our sins, to be bruised for our iniquity. He wouldn't have needed to do any of that if we were perfect. And did it make any difference to Him? No. As I said before, if you were the only one, He would have done it for you. But He did it for all of us. The Scripture says that He died once, and it says He died for all. He died once, and He died for all. So we're preparing ourselves to receive the greatest gift that God has ever given, and that is a gift of Himself for us. The greatest Christmas gift we can give is loving God back. Recognizing that Jesus is the King. That creation belongs to Him. Creation came from His hands because it said, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was God. And the Word was with God. You see, this isn't anything new. We celebrate it year after year after year. But the reality of it is that we have to continue celebrating it through the year. Through the year. Wow, there's some good Christmas songs that you can sing in the summertime, isn't there, Sue? Huh? Well, anyway, I think they're great. I won't ever cut a record, that's for sure. But Christmas is about the gift that was given to humanity. This is about the person of Jesus Christ, who's lived and died so that we can have life. That's why we celebrate Christmas. We're going to be having Advent, celebration for 4 weeks leading up to Christmas, and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter each week because He is coming closer and closer and closer. That's the celebration. But the truth is, He's already here. He's already here. And we can act like it. What a difference it would make in the world if you're shopping. I saw the Christmas ad, right? And the guy's got the red and black eye because it's a Buick commercial, if anybody didn't see it. It's a Buick commercial. And the guy has got this system. I don't know what the system was. It really doesn't show. It just says the word system on it. And he was there. He got the last one. He got the last. And he's proud of it. But guess what it would be like if somebody had the anxiety on their face and this was the last one and this is the only thing their kid asked for? What would you do? Who would walk out with that gift? Huh? Who would walk out with that gift? And I remember also seeing an ad and it was like, and the question was, well, what would Jesus do? And the one boy's holding it and he's looking at the other, his brother, and he says, why don't you be Jesus? Because he wanted it. We see a lot of anxiety this year, going in and out of the parking lots. We don't need to carry that anxiety with us. We have to carry the good news. We have to be the bearers of the light of Christ. When we go out into the world, that's who we are. And this is a cracked up world. It is. In as many ways as you can imagine, it's a cracked up world. But here's the truth. And hang on to this. The light burst through the cracks. And we can be that light. Let us celebrate Christmas and the coming of Christ with open, loving, and giving hearts. And the best gift that you can give anybody is you. May I hear an amen?